what I'd like to do is give advice to some of the people that have only recently started collecting old silver coins, and I'd like to give them a little bit of advice on how to avoid contaminating their collection with forged silver coins. So I'm going to start at the end and show you what I do when I get the coin home in my hand, and this is what I do, and I'll be as quick as possible. I don't want to bore people. I've been into coins for years. So first of all, I get a microfiber cloth and I look at the coin. It's a 1911 British trade dollar, minted in Bombay. Anyway, so the first thing I do is I get the scales out. So let's assume that I've checked on the internet and I know that this coin should be 26.95 grams. I put it on the scale and it weighs 26.93 grams, so it's 0.02 of a gram out. Spot on, exactly what it should be. A lot of counterfeit silver coins, the majority of them weigh light. So next thing I do is I get my calipers out and I measure the diameter. It should be 39.0 millimetre. There you go, 39 point, it's exactly the right diameter. And then we'll look at the thickness. It should be 2.8 millimetre thick. And it's spot on. Wow, excellent. Next thing I'm going to do is look at, see if I can confirm the silver content. This is a coin that I know is silver. It's a 1922 British half crown. If you hold it at a 45-degree angle to the table and get a very strong rare earth magnet and let it slide down the coin. Do that again. Now look at that speed. Now I'm going to compare it with my British trade dollar, which is meant to be 90% silver. The half crown's only 50% silver. Let's try the trade dollar. Wow. Look at the speed of that. That's nuts. And you can see straight away there's a big difference in the speed. The magnet slides slowly down the silver coin. So this coin, it's exactly the right weight, exactly the right diameter, and exactly the right thickness. It's got no silver in it. Sometimes you'll get the magnet and will actually stick to a forged coin. If it's made of steel or something. The reason this happens is because silver's diamagnetic. And if you look, magnet doesn't stick to a silver coin. However, diamagnetic metals have got a strange property. If they are moved, or if a strong magnetic field moves past the magnet, or past the coin should I say, it produces a little force in the opposite direction of travel from the magnet. So it pushes against the magnet a little bit as the magnet is sliding, and it makes it go slow. But that's diamagnetism, not magnetism. Right, so there's one other thing you can do to check. You can get your phone and you can download the Coin Tester app. And what you do with this is, so it's 90%. .93 grams. The diameter is 39.0 millimeters. Then what you do is you sit it down and it tests for metal content by the ring, the special ring that silver makes when you hit it. Lovely sound. Anyway, but this does it more scientifically than just tossing it here in that ring. What you do is you get the coin and you balance it on the tip of your finger, and then you just hit it with another coin. But first of all, you just do start. And the app tells you whether it's a good coin or a bad coin, and this app says that this coin is a forgery. It's counterfeit. It's just cack. Anyway, I'll tell you the story of how I ended up buying it later. But there you go. And if you've done all of that and it passes each and every test, then it still might be a forgery, because with an expensive coin like a silver trade dollar, it's worth using silver, because these things go for way higher than their silver content. Funnily enough, 1911 is the commonest year for these coins. They could have forged a much scarcer date, in which case it would be worth a lot more, but if you think about it, it's sensible not to forge the best one, because if you look at a trade dollar and say, oh, it's a 1911, it was the most common year for Bombay British trade dollars, and therefore nobody looks at them that close, because they usually think, oh well, if somebody was going to forge one, they would forge a more expensive date. Anyway, look, so that's it. What I would say to the newcomer to the collecting of coins is that if you get to the stage like I've done just now, and you get the coin in your hand and you're trying to prove if it's a forgery, if you do prove it's a forgery, then you must have already broken one of the rules of buying coins, or else you wouldn't have one in your hand. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's have a wee look at the trade dollar. The trade dollar that's exactly the right size, exactly the right weight, and exactly the right diameter, but doesn't have any silver in it. This is my trade dollar here on the left. Let's look at the front, the obverse, and let's look at the forgery. I really am such a wanker. Ever, it was a long time ago I bought this coin, I must tell you. But have a look at this. Look at the letter. This is the real trade dollar, 1898. Look at how thin the letter is. Look at, and then look at this fat thing. Look at this thing. It's trying to imitate this. Look at the finesse. Wow, look at the finesse of these letters. And look at this. Look at this. Look at all the drapery here. It's completely missing here. It's never ever been struck. That is completely flat, untouched surface, the same way it is over here. There's been something wrong with the die. Look at this down here. Let's have a closer look. Look at this ship and these bits here. I don't know what that is. We'll blow these up so they're exactly the same size. Look at this thing here. It's just crap. This, the staff of the trident, is the high point in this coin, and the head and the breasts on Britannia. Look at this. It's just terrible. Look at this. No finesse. Look at how beautiful that is. This isn't a particularly good photo of my own coin. Same here. Look at these things. Look at the hole in the R and compare it with that. And look at the A. Look how thin the legs are. One's thin. This whole edge here, this whole leg of the A is thin. This is thick. And just the little points. The little points on the D's. It's just rubbish. This was almost touching the rim. Look at the gap you see here. Let's have a look at the other side. Look at her, she looks terrible. She looks melted almost. Just it's not a particularly good photo of this coin either. But the one thing here is, look at these three dots. This dot is almost touching this bit of script. This one is also very close, but that one's almost touching this bit of script. Look on this side. Look at these dots, perfectly spaced. Underneath, look how it's just, even although this isn't a good photo, look at how everything's just soft and rounded and just not right.
Yeah, so visual inspection is absolutely vital in making sure that your coin is real. And part 2 of this little series is all about visual inspection, knowing what price you should be paying for the coin and where should you be buying coins. So thank you for watching. Bye.